Yeah. Eat 'em up, yum yum. Eat 'em up, yum yum. Yo, what up, fam? It's your boy JC, the hip hop junkie, vinyl beats and eats. That's right, another episode. We keep pushing them out, you know. Man, got a guest in here. It's been long overdue, but I had to stay persistent and keep this guy to come, you know, to get him back to come in here. But yeah, before we get into all of that, you know, got to talk about the food. Y'all want to know about the food? Pretty sure everybody knows already, you know, throughout the episodes in the past couple of years. We only go to one taco spot, you know, but for those that don't, it's Tacos El Poblano here in Pomona, and also known as Hooker Taco. So you want to know what that is? I won't break it down, but go check out the other episodes and you'll get a rundown of it. Yeah, so you know that's pretty much it. Been grub a little, somewhere down the line in the show when we're talking and everything. You know, it's about, I haven't mentioned them yet, but our guest will let us know how it is. So with that being said, man, allow me to introduce our guest for today. Long overdue, Zapata The Ghost, man.
Yeah.
Zapata,
thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming through, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, good thing you came through, man. I was like, I gotta get this guy in here.
Right.
Get this guy in here. So, man, grub, hang out, talk some shit, you know.
Yep.
Other than that, how have you been?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been out there, you know, just making it happen, chipping away little by little, you know.
You're chipping away.
Yeah, I'm chipping away, bro. You know, people.
Active.
Yeah, people always like, oh, I see you moving, and I'm like, okay, is that? Because you know, sometimes you don't see how they perceive you. You know how they perceive you. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm putting in work. Sometimes I'm putting in work. I'm like, it's not enough. And then people come up to me like, damn, you killing it. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, fam, Zapata's been doing this for a minute. Yeah, man. He's an OG in this game, man. You know, it's not his first rodeo.
Been 24 years doing this.
Zapata, man, I gotta say, man, love what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
Love what you're doing. Especially being Latino, you know.
Right.
Me growing up, being a hip hop head, you know, very few Latinos in hip hop. Rap, yes.
Right.
You know, rap, yes, but as far as hip hop went, no. And then, yeah, man, just you fucking lyrically, beats, man. Beats is fucking, beats are stupid, man. Fam, you gotta really fucking listen to Zapata. Also, two MCs out there, his beats, man, like, we're kind of talking earlier, like, I think there's only another cat beside yourself that I said that, in my mind, have flipped oldies.
Right.
In a boom bap way.
Yeah.
And man, some of these fucking beats, and I'm like, see, that's music. That's how it's supposed to be fucking done. And you know, and me seeing it the way I hearing it the way I hear it.
Right.
But yeah, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is that a lot of times people, you know, because as a sample-based beat maker, a lot of sample-based beat makers, they want to get those samples that nobody's ever flipped. So they run away from like the Art Laboe oldies because, you know, when you hear it, you're like, oh, somebody already flipped. Right. So they, you know, that's the thing. They want untouched samples. For me, I run towards those samples because when you hear those samples, they take you back to, you know, the 80s, you know, whatever area. It just takes you back.
Or what you grew up listening
to. Or what you grew up, you know, back in the day, the cholos, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm a combination of gang culture and underground hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's just
guilty.
You know what I mean?
I'm guilty too. I'm guilty.
You know, so when I flip the oldies with boom bap, that's exactly what I'm doing. Is gang culture with underground hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? By you saying that, how people, producers or guys that make beats, they tend to stay away from the oldies because somebody's done them already. But the way you do it, it's still new because
Right.
Nobody's done them like that.
Right.
You know, usually, like I said, they loop them.
Yeah.
Add a drum, kick drum.
Yeah, they just loop it. Yeah.
And pretty much that's it. But nah, you're flipping his motherfucker.
Thank you,
man.
man.
Yeah, man.
You know what? The Chicano rappers were sampling and looping them. That they were doing that a lot. They were known for that, right?
Yeah.
For looping, making beats out of oldie samples, but they were just they weren't flipping them.
No, they weren't.
Because it's not in their nature to like flip samples. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to rap over the loop.
Right.
Which makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. For me, it was like hearing them, right? But and I'm I love oldies, but I was a hip hop head.
No.
And to see you do them as a boom bap,
Right.
to me that was like shit that's not being done or
Right.
heard, really. And I was an MC too.
Right.
So when I was rhyming, that's how I would love for somebody to flip that like that.
Yeah.
But producers, people weren't doing them like that, so kind of like missed that boat in a way.
Right.
But hearing you doing them like that, to me, that's like a breath of fresh air, man.
Thank
It
you,
really
thank
was. Like, I was like, oh shit, man. Like, fuck, where was this guy when I was fucking spitting? I was doing
Right.
my thing, man.
Well,
I
you
would
know-
have fucking plugged in with him real quick.
Well, in the 90s and 2000s, a lot of the sample-based beat makers were out of New York, right? Mainly.
Right.
I mean, we would sample too out here in the West, but they were mainly known for like the samples and
Boom bap.
yeah, the boom bap. So they would sample soul and stuff like that, but they wouldn't sample the soul that we were listening to was those Art Laboe oldies, you know what I'm saying? So it was a different culture, so it didn't really click to them to sample these certain oldies because it wasn't their culture. So, me being from the West, I'm like very East Coast influenced, so I'm like, you know what? Let me, like I said, man, it's just the hybrid of being of gang culture and hip hop and meshing them together, and I'm like, it just does something when you hear the sample and being flipped. It's like, ooh, it takes you there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It takes you there. You're like, ooh, it does something special.
I mean, you would have a producer like from the East here and there, maybe one
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But it wasn't nothing like you would hear often.
Right.
know?
They might catch one of the and I call them Art Laboe oldies because
That's what they are.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the East, what was the East Side Story oldies, the Art Laboe oldies. You might catch the East Coast cats flipping one here, one there, just out of I don't know. But that's the culture out here. So, like I said, man, I just like to
And
mesh both.
you're saying like how East Coast, they were doing that. That was their culture.
Right.
So,
Right.
stuff like that. Whereas our culture out here
Yeah.
is pretty much oldies. And,
Right.
and yeah, man.
Like the East Coast they have their soul oldies that they listen to. It was a different playlist than the ones that we listen to.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
was.
So our playlist is the ones that I'm sampling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and like I said, a lot of people run away from them. I run towards them. That's kind of my style in beat making. A lot of samples that people run away from, I run towards them. You know what I'm saying? Because I like triggering people's brains when they hear something that's recognizable. Like, oh, I know that sample, and it does something. You know what I'm saying? Like the other day, I sampled "Summertime." Sublime.
War?
No, Sublime.
Oh, okay.
I found the original sample. Most people be like, that's Sublime. I don't want to sample. I said, nah, let me flip it. Because now when I flip it boom bap style, when somebody hears it, like, ooh, that's boom bap. I'm already winning because it's boom bap. Oh, that's that Sublime set. And it just takes you like, oh, it does something.
But not only that, you approach it totally different than anybody else would. Or like you said, they wouldn't touch it.
Right.
So when they hear it, it's just like, oh shit!
Yeah, like, oh, you
I
flew
would have
it.
never thought somebody would have fucked with that.
Right.
Right. Because that's what I get.
Yeah.
When I hear that, but hearing you and been listening to what you do,
Right.
it's common for you. So when I listen to the Zapata's beat, it's like, okay, let me hear what he's fucking flipping now.
Yeah. And it's interesting for people too, because since they know that I flip like obvious stuff, they're like, let's see what he flips. And it makes it like the other day I sampled and people really were rocking with it. The If I Rule the World, and then I took
Nas did, right?
Yeah, Nas and Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And then I took the drums from Black Sheep, Engine Ninja, this,
yes.
that. So
Choice is yours.
Yeah. So I just took the drums from there, and then I took the intro for If I Rule the World, and those are two very recognizable drums and sample. And when people heard it, they were like, "Ooh!" Like it just.
Yeah.
And I didn't do much. I just got the drum, looped it, and then I just put the you know what I'm saying, Lauryn Hill, and people were just like, "Oh," because it does something to the brain. Like,
but again, it's like every producer's different,
right?
And it's your approach,
right.
Your approach. So like that track that Nas did, how he did it, but you went and, like you said, you grabbed the and made it off of that part. Yeah, it's a different approach.
Well, the thing is that, not to toot my own horn, is that it was a very simple beat to make, because I just took the drums from Black Sheep,
right,
which are very iconic, and the loop from, and the genius part about it was not making the beat, because it was easy. The genius part was like, oh, let me mesh these two together on some, like who would think about
doing something like that?
Like putting these two, that was a genius part of it, you know what I'm saying? The beat was easy.
Right.
But the idea was like, you have to have a certain...
How am I going to put this together?
Yeah.
Right.
Or just to think about putting it together, you have to come from a place of like, like being a hip hop fan type of thing.
Right,
Because I love that Black Sheep. That's one of my favorite beats ever. Actually, one of my favorite songs in hip hop, that Choice is Yours.
That shit is hard.
So hard, because I used to breakdance to it.
Okay, so that shit gets you up.
Oh.
Here we come, yo.
Here we go. Here we go. That's the Black Sheep. Imagine when I used to breakdance, I used to, I used to go in there and...
It lights a fire in you, man. It lights a fire in you.
So yeah, that's kind of my style. I like grabbing the culture that I grew up on and bringing it back so that people don't forget about it, and they're like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like I remember that Black Sheep. I remember that Lauryn Hill. So I like my beats. A lot of the times are very culture based. Like the oldies beats.
Right.
Chicano culture.
Yeah.
I throw a lot of little sprinkles of like maybe like a little Freestyle Fellowship quote and throw them into my beats, and I just like triggering referencing and bringing people back, like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like doing that a lot.
No, I mean, like I said, man, hats off to you, what you're doing and everything. And also too, I like the fucking quote or a style, I should say, with the Chicano boom bap.
Yeah, Chicano boom bap. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Right away, like when you say, because obviously, Cholo rap or everything, they labeled it Chicano rap.
Chicano rap, yeah.
When you said Chicano boom bap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, again, and to me, like, nothing against Chicano rap and everything, but that's already solidified. It's already, in stone.
Mm-hmm.
But it also lets Latinos know, or Chicanos that are, gangsters or whatever, that they don't have to do it that way.
Right.
You can do it this way, and you're seeing more and more of it.
Of course, yeah.
Well, perfect example, Brownsville.
Right.
Fam, got a crew, Brownsville. Fucking stupid. Like, if I had to compare and say, they would be like the fucking Latino fucking Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
What you guys are doing there.
Right.
Same thing, like this cat.
Little body. Yep.
You can see he's a little he has that.
Yeah, that little West Coast
cholo.
Yeah.
But he's spinning.
But he's rapping.
He's rhyming, and that's the thing. It's letting them know that, you know what, you can do this too.
Yeah.
And also too, hats off to Cycle Round.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
they let people know that, you know, we
They're-
don't have to rhyme this way.
They're the originators of. I mean, I coined the term Chicano boom bap, but I didn't. It's a subgenre that I kind of noticed that needed a title. You know what I'm saying? But Psycho Realm would be the originators of Chicano boom bap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like before that, I don't really know. And I would say maybe somebody was there before, but they're the kings. You know what I'm saying? They.
No, you're
No?
right. You're right.
Oh yeah.
We're the same age.
Yeah.
I fucking been listening from back then, and there's nobody that actually did it that way. You know,
Right.
they created their own lane.
Right.
You know,
I mean, you could say Cypress Hill, but they weren't really representing the Mexican culture
no,
or the Latino culture.
no.
They Latino, yeah, maybe, but Psycho Realm was representing the Chicano, you know,
Yeah.
the cholos.
yeah,
Like homie, Duke's voice was the choloest shit in the world,
Yeah.
but with sauce. You know what I'm saying?
powerful. You know,
Oh my gosh.
him and Jack just like fucking, like it just went together.
You know, it's kind of like, it's just one of them things like, because you know we haven't seen nothing else as good as it.
no,
You know, there has been nothing that's surpassed that, and it's crazy that it happened and it hasn't been replicated or it's unmatched, homie.
I mean, but like we're saying, like,
What's something so real special?
no, really
Super
was.
special.
You had, but the good thing was how we're talking about how rappers or MCs or whatever, that were Latino or Chicano like that, they started going that route.
Right,
So you had like street platoons,
right.
you know, which was eventually Cynic became part of a cycle round. But you noticed that it wasn't just Cholo Chicano rap.
Right.
You know, they actually started going and doing this style. So yeah, it was a good thing, man. They really did open the door and kind of let everybody know that, you know, you don't have to do this. You
Right.
don't have to do it a certain way. You could still be Chicano. You could still be Latino, and do your own thing.
It's just the stories being told a little different.
Yeah.
You know, Chicano boom bap, the stories being told more from a narrator.
Uh-huh.
Chicano rap is, I'm behind the gun and I'm the gang member. Chicano boom bap, like Sig Jack, and he's kind of like looking out his window and writing what he saw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chicano
The
rappers,
narrator.
Chicano rappers, they're like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm shooting, I'm killing, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the difference a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're basically, one is saying I'm doing it, the other one's telling the story.
Yeah,
of it.
telling like, yo, this is how it is in my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but you know, Chicano boom bap doesn't necessarily have to be like gang culture or nothing.
No.
Like you got people like Mezcal, Viva Mezcal. You know,
Yeah,
you know Mezcal?
okay.
You know he's Chicano. He's something that I consider like Chicano boom bap, Boyle Heights and stuff. He's not talking about gang or nothing like that, or that type of culture. Not that much. You might touch it, but
Referencing,
it's still Chicano boom bap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm technically not Chicano, I'm Central American, but when I say Chicano, it's the Chicano culture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
West Coast, Cholo.
So, I mean, if you were Latino and you grew up in those time and era, whether you were from Guatemala, whether you were, you know, Nicaragua, whatever, if you were Latino, you still grew up in this culture. And, you know, so you're going to be a product of your upbringing or of your surroundings.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, we all grew up on, there's not really I'm Guatemalan, Salvadorian. We don't really have a culture out here like that. We haven't been here long enough to create a culture. So we adopted the culture that was already here, the Mexican culture. You know what I'm
you
saying?
pretty much went with it. Yeah.
So, you know, it was already created. We're like, cool, let's roll with that. That's the closest thing to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, that's how I grew up.
And it was just, that's what's going on, you know,
Right.
from whether it was gangbanging or tagging,
Yeah.
you know, when you saw everybody the way they were dressed,
Right.
it was pretty much everybody had that same type
The
of
same,
style.
yep,
You know?
yep.
You know what's crazy though is that it's the way we dress, but now it's like a style.
Yeah.
You see in Japan, how like they look at it as like a style.
Yeah.
Hey man, they're dressing in fucking Ben Davis, fucking
Yeah.
Cortez, you know, fucking, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like, I've seen like, you know, kids. It's just a style. Fuck, we used to get shot for shit like that. I ran up on shit for like that, man. As soon as if you were a bald head and you were wearing Cortez, automatically, where you from, Mister? You know?
The Cortez was the most dangerous shoe to wear.
It was.
Like, if you had a Cortez on, I'm not exaggerating, it was a statement.
Yeah,
like,
because you could wear Ben Davis and shit like that, and you can get away with that.
Yeah, you got shell toes up, like, this guy's a tagger.
Right.
You had the Cortez, Cortezes are like, yo, I'm
letting me know.
It's almost, I think back then it was more dangerous to wear Cortez than today's people having tats on their face.
Right.
Back in the day, wearing Cortezes was like having your neighborhood on your face.
Yeah.
Because you were, where you from, homie?
Yeah.
Boom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
If you weren't from a gang, you weren't wearing Cortezes.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, Zapata, man, like I said, just wanted you to come out and hang with us, bullshit with us a little bit, you know, and just shoot the shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted our people to fucking know you, man. Like I said,
Thank you.
I'm a fan of your music. I'm a fan of what you're doing, and you know, like me being Latino from the West Coast and everything like that. To me, I had to have you in. You know, I had to have you come in and come through. You know, because like I said, man, you were something that I wanted to happen when I was, you know, coming out doing my thing. You know, so but yeah, man, just wanted to come out and bullshit a little.
Yeah.
And but yeah.
I think the reason people appreciate me is because I'm a good balance of like I said, the boom bap and the cholo culture, and it's just for people like us that grew up on both. Besides Psycho Realm, we don't have many people touching on that.
Right.
And not only that, when you hear me rap, I take you back, and you're like, oh, this fool was right there, front row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because I'm fucking hearing some of your sound, and I'm like, fucking every reference, and it's like hitting on everyone. But yeah, so man, like I said, brother, just wanted you to come and hang out with us, and just let our audience and our fans, know you, and get your shine out, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having
fam,
me.
You already know, man. This is that part of the show where we dip out to the second part. Man, like I said. Have to say it over, 2-part show for those that haven't, tapped in or just tapping in with us. Instagram is where the performance is, and basically the YouTube is where the interviews are. So, yeah, man, just like I always say, go get something to drink, go get something to eat, go to the restroom, roll one up, because we're coming back with Zapata, and it's gonna show us exactly what we were talking about, and man, entertain us. So, yeah, man. So hit like, subscribe, comment, keep it positive. Hit that bell, that link right there. Hit that link. If you can't hit that link, type that motherfucker in, man. We're about to jump in right now, with Zapata. And before we go, burrito.
Oh man, that was fire. You see me tearing into that because.
So,
yeah, that was fire.
Okay,
that
so
was fire.
There you go, fam.
That was some good stuff.
All in one, man. All in one. So, yeah, man. Hang out with us. Jump on, the next side. And man, we're about to do this. It's your boy JC, the Hip Hop Junkie. Vinyl Beats and Eats with Zapata The Ghost.
Yeah.
One love.
Yeah.